Is it going? Okay, so we really appreciated your point, first of all, about contractarianism, because even though you saw it as something that would work against the arguments that we've been making, I think that there's actually a way that we can look at it that supports what we've been saying, because one contractarian was John Rawls, and he talked a lot about the veil of ignorance and a person's original position and evaluating the type of world that we want to live in from the perspective of a person who's yet to be born in that world. And so if we look at how public shaming affects that world, we can see that it creates a world that people wouldn't want to be born into because of the effects that we've already discussed, like how it treats people as a means to an end, and how it doesn't help people change, and it just makes people feel bad about who they are rather than what they've done. But furthermore, we can also see how such an act is easily used to unfair extents. For example, we can look at cultures throughout time and space that have used public shaming as a means to oppress people who behave differently than what was expected. And so we can see that that's not fair, and for that reason, contractarianism might not support public shaming, which would actually give more credibility to the argument that we've been making.
And we liked that you brought Kant into this, and the motive, and so we wanted to kind of elaborate more on that, because if according to Kant, like the highest ideal that we could have is to do something because it is right, then that's what we want to instill in our society. We don't want to do it because of a deterrent, because that's one of the lesser motives. Like doing a right thing because you're going to be publicly shamed isn't the highest moral state that we'd want to be in. And so, like really looking at a system of law, we want to instill that that highest moral. Like how do we help people to do things because it's the right thing to do. So acting out of duty and like a will to do the right thing.
Another thing with contractarianism is we're like how Scott was talking about how we'd want our society to be, and so our laws and punishments are a direct reflection on our societies. And so if we want a moral society, we don't want any type of punishment that is immoral. And if this type of punishment increases shame, like we've been talking about the whole time, then it's creating people to identify with that. It's making bigger problems than it's solving, and because it does that to our societies, that is then immoral.
And from the fairness, or from an idea of like trying to think of a fair and a just society, you can't inflict a punishment on someone that that doesn't benefit them and as a society as a whole. So it's not. It wouldn't be fair to inflict a punishment on someone unless it could be willed for an entire society to have that punishment inflicted on them. And so we can't use people as a means to an objective. We treat them as an end in themselves. And so even jail and that any of those sentences should be used to help people to improve, but while respecting that of society. And so public shaming isn't helping them to improve, but perhaps a time of reflection, a time away from hurting other people could be a beneficial way to help them become better.
We see the rest of our time.